June 2025 draped Syracuse, New York, in a warm industrial glow, the city's revitalizing streets humming with the pulse of a budding tech scene. Liam Carter, 26, sat at his desk in the CarterTech office, a converted warehouse where his family startup dreamed big. His fingers danced across the keyboard, coding an AI-driven community app to connect Syracuse's nonprofits, the screen's soft light reflecting his focus. Still living at home, Liam paid $800 monthly rent to his parents, plus $500 to fund his brother Dylan's influencer gear, believing the 19-year-old's charisma could amplify CarterTech's reach. The startup, founded by their father, Tom, aimed to digitize local services, and Liam, a diligent software engineer, saw it as their family's legacy. Dylan's charm, his quick grin, his knack for viral TikToks, had hooked Liam years ago at a family barbecue, where Dylan's impromptu dance video hit 10,000 views. Liam assumed Dylan's fame would draw investors, even if his contributions were more flash than substance. CarterTech's open-plan office, with its exposed brick and ping-pong table, was Liam's sanctuary. He joined post-graduation, his computer science degree from SUNY fueling algorithms that powered local food banks. But Dylan's influencer pursuits consumed Liam's time and money. Flashbacks stung. Last winter, Liam skipped an app deadline, losing a grant, to drive Dylan to a Buffalo content creation workshop, his camera bag stuffed with Liam's credit cards. Help. Your apps are nerdy, bro. Dylan had laughed, scrolling through Instagram. My vids are the real draw. Liam brushed it off, convinced Dylan's viral clips would stabilize CarterTech once his #SyracuseVibes campaign launched. He memorized Dylan's habits, energy drinks, ring lights, his love for sneaker drops, arranging surprise brand collabs or gifting him editing software, just to see his nod of approval. Liam's sacrifices went unnoticed. Dylan, who'd flunked community college twice, grew evasive, his texts curt, his visits to CarterTech sporadic. He'd swagger in, filming reels, then vanish to collab meetings with their cousin Harper, leaving Liam to debug code alone. Liam still sent $500 monthly for Dylan's gear, believing he'd see CarterTech's value. At the office, Ava, a 24-year-old UI designer with a flair for minimalist interfaces, offered a lifeline. Over server maintenance, she praised his latest app prototype, a tool for community cleanups. This could redefine Syracuse's tech scene, she said, her dark eyes earnest. Why play second fiddle? Her words clashed with Dylan's shrugs, stirring unease. At a Syracuse hackathon, Liam met Quinn, a hackathon organizer whose sharp wit cut through tech jargon. CarterTech's apps are Syracuse's future, Quinn said, handing him a soda. You're the brains, own it. Their encouragement, Ava's quiet confidence, Quinn's bold push, felt alien against Dylan's disinterest. Liam's apps, downloaded by local nonprofits, were his passion. Yet Dylan called them side gigs, compared to his campaign's cultural clout. The shift was subtle but sharp. Dylan's collab prep with Harper consumed him, their late-night planning sessions audible through Liam's bedroom wall when Dylan left his phone on speaker. His laptop buzzed with notifications Liam didn't see, his smile reserved for Harper's texts. At a CarterTech demo, meant to pitch Liam's app to investors, Dylan arrived late, his influencer crew trailing. Liam, presenting, caught Dylan distracted, filming a reel mid-pitch. After Liam pulled him aside, the office's neon sign buzzing overhead. We're drifting, man, he said, voice tight. What's up? Dylan sighed, pocketing his phone. You're not my priority, Liam. My brand's my shot. His words, tossed carelessly, landed like a glitch in Liam's code, his dismissal sharper than his college dropout excuses. Liam stood among CarterTech's servers, the demo's chatter fading. Ava's praise, Quinn's belief, and the startup's hum sparked doubt. Had he misread Dylan's commitment? His collabs with Harper? His secrecy, his blunt rejection, were they bugs in their family's vision? As Dylan left for another shoot, his sneakers squeaking, Liam opened his app dashboard, its metrics glowing. His code, clean and purposeful, powered Syracuse's community. He aimed to earn Dylan's respect, to prove his dedication could debug their rift, even as Dylan's words looped. Not my priority. CarterTech's future and his own hung in the balance. July 2025 swirled through Syracuse, New York, with a restless industrial hum, the city's tech scene flickering as CarterTech, Liam Carter's family startup, teetered under unseen strain. Liam, 26, sat at his desk in the converted warehouse office, its exposed brick walls no shield for the unease gnawing at him. As a software engineer, he coded AI-driven community apps, paying $800 monthly rent to his parents and $500 to fund his brother Dylan's influencer gear. Believing the 19-year-old's #SyracuseVibes campaign would boost the startup, Dylan's charisma, once a spark at family barbecues, had dimmed since his dismissal. "You're not my priority, Liam." Tossed out at a demo, cut deeper than his college dropout excuses. Dylan's evasive collabs with their cousin Harper, planning influencer events, hinted at a glitch in their family's vision, one Liam couldn't debug alone. Dylan's distance sharpened into a pattern. He and Harper held frequent content shoots, their laughter echoing from late-night FaceTime calls Liam overheard through his bedroom wall. Dylan's phone, once shared for TikTok drafts, was now locked, his screen tilted away as he typed. Social media posts showed him with Harper's influencer crew, glossy strangers in Syracuse's lofts, ring lights glowing, tagged with #brand goals. His dismissive attitude flared when Liam asked about his plans. "You're insecure, bro," Dylan snapped, smirking, before vanishing to another shoot. Liam tried mending their rift one evening, powering down CarterTech's servers early. "We're not syncing," he said, tweaking an app's UI. Dylan rolled his eyes mid-reel. "You're overreacting." "I'm hustling." When Liam pressed, Dylan ghosted him for 5 days, his silence a deliberate jab, leaving Liam questioning his code and his trust. At CarterTech, Liam confided in Ava, his UI designer coworker whose minimalist flair matched her steady insight. Over API testing, he spilled Dylan's dismissal and Harper's involvement. "He's using you," Ava said, her voice sharp as she adjusted a mock-up. "Your apps are Syracuse's future. Why let him dim them?" She connected him with Quinn, the hackathon organizer he'd met, who was probing scams in Syracuse's startup scene. At a downtown brewery, Quinn's bluntness sliced through Liam's fog. "Dylan's campaign stinks of fraud. Got bank statements." Liam's stomach knotted. He'd trusted Dylan blindly, never auditing their shared accounts. That night, in his childhood bedroom, he logged into his bank app, pulse racing. Records showed his $800 payments, meant for CarterTech's growth in Dylan's campaign, funneled to personal trips, Miami, Boston, a $2,000 creator summit in Vegas. Dylan hadn't mentioned any. His betrayal a runtime error crashing Liam's worldview. CarterTech became collateral damage. Dylan's crew rowdy influencers disrupted the office, filming skits that overloaded servers, crashing Liam's app tests. A nonprofit's data backup, worth hours of work, corrupted during one shoot, Dylan shrugging it off. "They're hyping the brand," he said, no apology. Liam spent nights restoring systems, his app deadlines slipping, his freelance gigs suffering. His father, Tom, the startup's founder, leaned on Harper's campaign promises. His heart issues, palpitations, high blood pressure, worsening under stress. "Harper says Dylan's events will draw investors," Tom said, unaware of the misuse. Liam's mental health freight, insomnia, migraines, and 70-hour workweeks to keep CarterTech running and Dylan's lifestyle afloat. Quinn dropped a bombshell at their next meeting, sliding a USB drive across a brewery table. Dylan's influencer events are a front. He and Harper are selling CarterTech's IP to Nexus Corp, a rival firm planning to gut your startup. Liam's breath caught. The startup's future, his father's dream, was at stake. Quinn's evidence, forged contracts, chat logs, implicated Dylan's crew. "This could kill Syracuse's tech revival," Quinn said. "And your dad's too stressed to see it." Tom's frantic emails, his voice strained, confirmed his vulnerability to Harper's sway. Liam's urgency surged. He had to act before Nexus Corp's deal closed. Ava's support grounded him. During a late-night debug, as they patched server vulnerabilities, her hand brushed his, a spark igniting. "You're not nerdy, Liam," she said, her smile warm. "You're Syracuse's code." A shy glance hinted at romance, but Liam's self-worth faltered. Why would Ava value him when Dylan and Harper didn't? Still, her faith, paired with Quinn's plan to expose Nexus Corp, fueled him. He copied Dylan's campaign files from his laptop, left at CarterTech, finding encrypted contracts Quinn could analyze, building a case to save the startup. The betrayal rewrote Liam's reality. Dylan and Harper didn't just dismiss him. They exploited his trust, using his money for their gain while risking CarterTech's core. The $800 rent, the gear costs, The server crashes, it was all for their scam, not their family's vision. Confronting them risked Tom's wrath, but silence meant losing CarterTech. To the office. As he restored a corrupted database under Ava's watchful eye, Liam felt the stakes spike. The upcoming acquisition meeting where Harper would push Tom to sell IP loomed. Could he protect his finances in CarterTech without crashing the family's fragile system? August 2025 cast a tense glow over Syracuse, New York, the city's tech scene flickering as CarterTech, Liam Carter's family startup, faced a critical junction. Liam, 26, stood in the startup's meeting room, its exposed brick walls closing in as his pulse raced. As a software engineer, he'd coded AI-driven community apps, paying $800 monthly rent to his parents and $500 for his brother Dylan's influencer gear, only to uncover betrayal. His funds fueled Dylan's personal trips, Miami, Vegas, not CarterTech's growth. Dylan's dismissal, "You're not my priority, Liam," flung at a demo, stung worse than his college dropout excuses. But the real glitch was his influencer events with cousin Harper, a front to sell CarterTech's intellectual property to rival firm Nexus Corp. Quinn's evidence forged contracts. Chat logs confirmed the scam, threatening the startup's future. Liam's father, Tom, swayed by Harper's promises, ignored warnings, his heart issues, palpitations, high blood pressure, clouding his judgment. Today's acquisition funding meeting was Harper and Dylan's endgame, and Liam was ready to crash their code. CarterTech's office had turned hostile. Dylan's influencer crew crashed servers during shoots, corrupting nonprofit data, while Harper's pitches dominated Tom's focus. Liam's mental health buckled, insomnia, migraines. 70-hour workweeks to keep the startup running while Dylan and Harper schemed. Ava, his UI designer coworker, steadied him during server patches, her belief in his app's a lifeline. Quinn, the hackathon organizer, shared damning files from Dylan's laptop, their encrypted contracts a blueprint to Nexus Corp's fraud. Liam texted Ava, "Meetings now." "You in?" She replied, "Got your back." Quinn confirmed they'd bring evidence. Liam called his cousin Riley, a skeptical data analyst who'd long questioned Harper's loyalty. "I'm in Syracuse by lunch," Riley said. "Don't go solo." The meeting room, its whiteboard scrawled with growth projections, buzzed with Tom's nervous energy. Harper, in a sleek blazer, pitched the acquisition slides touting strategic synergy. "Sell our IP to Nexus Corp for $250,000, she urged, her smile fixed on Tom. "It'll fund Dylan's campaign and secure CarterTech." Dylan nodded, scrolling his phone, avoiding Liam's gaze. Tom, pen in hand, seemed poised to sign. Liam's chest tightened as Tom reached for the contract. He stepped out, dialing Quinn. "Hurry." Back inside he stood, cutting Harper off as Tom's pen hovered. "Hold on. This isn't funding. It's theft." Heads turned. Liam held up his laptop, voice steady. "My $800 payments didn't go to CarterTech, Dylan. They paid for your Miami trips, your Vegas summits. And your campaign? It's a scam to sell our IP to Nexus Corp, gutting our startup." Tom's jaw dropped, his pen clattering. Dylan laughed, nervous. "Liam, you're tripping." But Tom's eyes narrowed. The door swung open and Ava strode in, her tablet displaying bank records. Quinn followed, USB drive in hand. "He's not tripping," Quinn said. "Nexus Corp's buying forged contracts. Here's proof." Riley entered, glaring at Harper. "I cross-checked your campaign budget," he said. "It's a fraud." Liam faced Tom. "You trusted Harper over me. Ava and Quinn are my family now." Tom's face crumpled. "Liam, you spied on us?" Dylan stammered. "I didn't know about Nexus Corp." But his fingers twitched toward his phone, betraying his lie. Riley scoffed. "You signed the contract drafts, Dylan." Quinn added, "I'm exposing this at tonight's hackathon." Nexus Corp's toast. A lawyer Quinn had contacted, Ms. Patel, arrived, her briefcase heavy with legal drafts. "IP theft and fraud," she said. "Eyeing Dylan and Harper. You're facing charges." Tom stood, voice breaking. "Liam, you're no son of mine." Dylan's fake shock morphed into a smirk, but Liam saw his complicity clear as code. The confrontation gutted Liam. Tom's disownment hurt more than Dylan's deceit, but their betrayal, siphoning his money, risking CarterTech, steeled him. He packed his essentials, laptop, app drives, a few hoodies, and moved to Maya's loft, Quinn's friend, a vibrant space in Syracuse's arts district. He blocked Dylan and Tom's numbers, the act searing yet liberating. At the hackathon, Quinn's expose, bolstered by Liam's contracts, drew gasps, techies vowing to boycott Nexus Corp. The firm halted the scam, citing community feedback. But Liam received a chilling email from CEO Elena Voss. Cease or face legal action. The threat loomed, but Ava's words echoed. You're Syracuse's code. Amias. Liam dove into his community apps, coding a cleanup tool, his purpose sharpening despite the cost. Freelancing was shaky, his savings drained from Dylan's misuse, and Elena's threat hung heavy. But cutting ties lifted a burden. He wasn't CarterTech's silent coder anymore. Not to Ava, Quinn, Riley, or the hackathon crowd rallying against Nexus Corp. The exposé's momentum lingered. A reminder his fight was for the startup's survival. Liam's objective crystallized. Save CarterTech and launch his apps, proving his worth through action. In Maya's loft as he debugged code, Liam felt a spark. He'd crashed Dylan's scam. Now he'd rewrite his system. September 2025 swept through Syracuse, New York, with a crisp industrial breeze. The city's tech scene steadying as CarterTech clung to survival. Liam Carter, 26, now called Maya's vibrant loft in the Arts District home. Its colorful murals a stark contrast to the childhood bedroom he'd left behind. His $800 monthly rent to his parents and $500 for his brother Dylan's influencer gear had fueled a betrayal. Dylan's trips to Miami and Vegas, not CarterTech's growth, exposed by bank records. Dylan's dismissal, "You're not my priority," Liam, and his scam with cousin Harper to sell CarterTech's IP to Nexus Corp had shattered trust. Liam's confrontation, backed by Ava, Quinn, and cousin Riley, halted the fraud, but his father Tom disowned him, swayed by Harper's lies. Now, in Maya's sunlit space, Liam thrived, his laptop alive with an AI app series for Syracuse's nonprofits, fueled by Ava's encouragement. Her late-night calls, praising his cleanup apps code, rekindled his drive. "This is your mark, Liam." Quinn, the hackathon organizer, proposed a campaign to protect Syracuse's tech scene, naming it Syracuse Spark. Liam designed its site, clean UX, ethical focus, merging innovation and integrity. Its ex-posts surging after Quinn's hackathon exposé of Nexus Corp. One evening, digging through Dylan's old laptop, left at CarterTech, Liam decrypted forged IP contracts, linking Nexus Corp to wider fraud. His heart raced as he shared them with Quinn at a Lofts cafe. "This triggers a lawsuit," Quinn said, sending the contracts to their lawyer, Ms. Patel. The lawsuit amplified Syracuse Spark's buzz, rallying coders to safeguard local startups. CarterTech teetered, its servers outdated as trust eroded. Tom appeared at Maya's. His heart issues etched in his face. "CarterTech is failing," he pleaded. "Help us, Liam." Memories of Tom's disownment, favoring Harper's scam, rejecting him, steeled Liam. "You chose Dylan's lies over me," he said, voice steady. "I'm coding my own path now." Tom left, deflated, and Liam turned to his apps, loyal to Ava, Quinn, and Riley, his chosen family. Ava's presence anchored him. One night, optimizing an app's algorithm, Liam confessed, "I don't see why you stay." Dylan and Harper didn't. Ava's gaze softened. "I love you, Liam. Because you build what matters." Their kiss sparked a new commit, their laptops side by side in Maya's loft. Syracuse Spark's traction brought Liam app sponsorships, local tech hubs, community groups fueling his vision. Dylan showed up unannounced, his ring light gone, his voice low. "I screwed you over, Liam. I'm sorry." Liam saw his regret but stood firm. "I hear you. But I'm done." Dylan left and Liam coded on, unshaken. Liam found purpose mentoring teens at CarterTech, teaching them to code ethical apps, tools for food drives, park cleanups. Their curiosity, debugging simple scripts, echoed his journey from Dylan's neglect to empowerment. The lawsuit against Nexus Corp gained momentum, securing funds to upgrade CarterTech's servers. Liam's objective sharpened, launch his apps and save CarterTech, proving his value to himself and Syracuse. As he refined code under Ava's warm gaze, Liam knew he was rebooting trust, weaving ethics and innovation into a future free of Dylan's deceit. The Syracuse Spark campaign grew, with hackathon events drawing hundreds, from high school coders to seasoned devs. Liam spoke at one, his voice steady, sharing how CarterTech nearly fell to greed. "Tech's power lies in who it serves," he said, earning nods. The teens' apps, one tracking community gardens, launched on Syracuse Spark's platform, their grins mirroring Liam's pride. Ms. Patel called. Nexus Corp's assets were frozen, their scam unraveling. Liam's $800 payments, once stolen, now funded his apps, a poetic flip. He visited CarterTech, its office quiet but alive, mentoring teens as Ava designed their app's UI. Dylan's apology lingered. But Liam's focus was clear: his apps, his mints, his love with Ava. He was no longer the silent coder, but Syracuse's spark, building a legacy beyond his family's betrayal. June 2026 bathed Syracuse, New York, in a vibrant industrial glow, the city's tech scene pulsing as CarterTech thrived under a local co-op stewardship. Liam Carter, 26, stood at the Syracuse Hackathon. His laptop open to his AI app series, launched months ago to acclaim across New York's tech community. His teen mentorship program at CarterTech flourished, with kids coding ethical apps for food drives and park cleanups. Nexus Corp scam, exposed by Liam's forged IP contracts, had collapsed. CEO Elena Voss indicted after a lawsuit saved CarterTech. Liam's father, Tom, sold the startup to the co-op after losing community trust, moving to Albany, his heart issues a fading shadow. Dylan, his 19-year-old brother, whose influencer campaign siphoned Liam's $800 rent and $500 gear payments, faded into obscurity, his hashtag Syracuse vibe stalled, his entitlement exposed. Liam's journey from Dylan's exploitation, funding his trips to Miami and Vegas while he dismissed Liam's apps as nerdy, had forged resilience. His confrontation, backed by Ava, Quinn, and cousin Riley, freed him from Dylan's deceit, though Tom's disownment cut deep. Now Syracuse Spark, his tech campaign, secured a $50,000 grant, funding his app network for nonprofits. At the hackathon's main stage, Liam dedicated it to Ava and Quinn, his voice steady. They saw my code when Dylan and Harper didn't. Ava squeezed his hand, Quinn nodded, and coders cheered. His teens showcased their apps, one mapping community gardens at hackathon booths, their enthusiasm cementing Liam's legacy of empowerment. Dylan's downfall, tied to his scam, underscored his entitlement, but Liam felt only clarity. His chosen family, Ava, his partner, Quinn, Riley, and the teens replaced Tom's rejection. At the hackathon, coding a live app demo, Ava by his side, Liam flashed back to Dylan's smirk at his small-time work, his laughter reserved for Harper's crew. The sting dissolved against the community's warmth, coders clapping, teens high-fiving, synth music humming. Liam no longer sought Dylan's approval. His network, with thousands of users and collabs, was his triumph. Liam's path embodied resilience, boundary setting, and self-worth. From CarterTech, a silent coder drained by Dylan's betrayal, he'd crafted a new identity as a mentor and innovator. His app network symbolized purpose, woven from exploitation into impact. As he coded, Ava's laughter blending with the crowds, Liam knew he'd saved CarterTech and enriched Syracuse's tech scene. His algorithms, a new chapter of creation and community.